Today's class I am going to discuss about sheet resistance, right? And the sheet resistance concept is applied to mass transistors such as a pull down device, pull up device. Similarly, as well as you can apply that concept to NMOS inverter and CMOS inverter, and also discuss the capacitance of various layers capacitance like that, right? Up to now, we have discussed so many topics such as mass transistors and types of mass transistors, enhancement mode, depletion mode, and fabrication processing techniques, and uh, electrical behavior of transistors, and alternative forms of pull-ups, and also derive the pull-up to pull-down ratios, and BICMOS improvements and techniques, and next um, stick diagrams, layout diagrams. Uh, all those things are going discussed in previous classes. Now we are going to be whatever we are designed in previous classes, such as layout diagrams. So there are we are making those concepts by using like wires. The wires are nothing but layers. So here I want to measure some parameters when I want to get the accurate response at the output side. So towards that, I want to measure some of the parameters here. So that's why I'm going to discuss here. That is the concept. So let us see. So these are the contents here. So introduction, sheet resistance. Sheet resistance concept applied to mass transistors and inverters, and area capacitances of layers, right? So here, first one it is introduction. So as I told you here, so to get the accurate or to get the perfect performance at the output side, I want to measure some uh, parameters here, characteristics of each layers, right? Those are nothing but sheet resistance and the standard unit of capacitance, and delay associated with the wiring, and the delay, that is unit in terms of it is represented as the tau. Okay, these characteristics are characteristics I am going to measure here for a different technologies, such as one is 5 micrometer technology, and 2 micrometer technology, and 1.2 micrometer technologies, right? So these are the uh, basic introduction of this chapter here. Majorly going to discuss about the some of the major parameters are going to be major characteristics or major parameters are going to be calculated here to get the accurate response, right? So that is the first point is the active devices of mass technology have been dealt with in some measures. It is now appropriate to consider their interconnections as circuits, right? And next thing is the wiring up of circuits takes place through the various conductive layers. Yes, various conductive layers which are produced by mass processing, right? And it is therefore necessary to be aware of the resistive and capacitive characteristics of each layer, right? Such type of here characteristics are nothing but one is sheet resistance, that is denoted as RS. Other one is standard unit of gate capacitance, that is CG. Here it is, this box is nothing but it is represented as a square area. Okay, that is the standard unit of capacitance, that is denoted as CG. Here let us see here. It helps greatly in evaluating the effect of wiring and input-output capacitances, right? And next thing is delays associated with the wiring. So the delay unit is represented with as tau. You know that, right? And the parameters values for the layers in 5 micrometer technologies, 2 micrometer technology, and 1.2 micrometer technologies here we are having. So for these technologies, we want to get the resistance values to find out the to measure the resistance values and standard unit of capacitance values and delay values, delays. All those things are going to be measured for such a type of micrometer technologies, right? And consider this is a here I'm going to discuss that is the sheet resistance, right? So it is denoted with the RS. So it is denoted with the RS, right? So here this is a considered a uniform slab of material. It is having some properties, some parameters I am going to observe here. That is, one is resistivity, that is denoted as rho, and next one is length of the material. Okay, it is having two faces, opposite faces. One is A, and next one is here B. It is having two opposite faces such as A and B, right? And the width of the this uniform slab of material is W, and the thickness of this material is T, right? Here I want to calculate the resistance of this material between these two opposite faces, right? That is called as RAB, right? So with reference to this figure, consider the resistance RAB between the two opposite faces. This is a one of the very important topic from this our syllabus, right? Now I want to calculate the resistance of this particular sheet, right? So here the resistance RAB between two opposite faces, that is RAB equal rho into L by A. So here you know that rho is nothing but resistivity of this particular resistivity of material, and L is length of the material, and A is the cross sectional area of the material, right? So here the A equal to E nothing but cross sectional area, right? It given here. And next one, this resistance between these two opposite faces, that equal rho into L by T. So here the cross section area of this particular material is A equal to area of this material, that is T into W, width of the material and thickness of the material, that is in phase, that is called as area, that is T into W. So instead of T A, you can substitute T into W, right? So RAB equal to rho into L by T into W. So here R is nothing but resistance, here denoted as resistance, that unit as ohms, right? Suppose here, suppose I want to take L, length equal to W. Okay, if L is not equal to W, then the uniform slab is going to be like this, in this way, right? Okay, here length is very larger and width is some of these some shorter, like this. There is some differences in measurements, right? But coming to this point here, whereas L equal to W, then both are equal in some measurements, right? So then, so this uniform slab is going to be as a square format, right? So that's why here now consider the case in which L equal to W, that is a square of resistive material, then RAB equal to, so you can substitute L equal to, if I am to make L equal to W, then L and W are both are cancelled to each other. So then finally we get here RAB equal to rho by T, that equal to RS, right? So here where RS is nothing but ohms per square. So the unit of this sheet resistance is ohm, and it is the form of square. Why? Because of here L equal to W, right? So that's why here RS equal to ohms per square, or simply it is called as sheet resistance, right? And next, thus RS is rho by tau, that is ohms per square units. Note that RS is completely independent of the area of the square, right? Next, and here for the mass processes and considered here typical values of sheet resistance. As I told you here, that whatever we want to measure here to get the accurate response, those are also belongs to the or applied to the various technologies such as micrometer technologies, right? So that is 5 micrometer technology, and Orbit 2 micrometer technology, and 1.2 micrometer technologies, right? Now I want to I want to get some values. These are values are predefined values here. That is sheet resistance values for various technologies of layers, right? So coming to these are the layers here, and this is nothing but RS ohms per square. That is the sheet resistance for 5 micrometer technology, 2 micrometer technology, or Orbit 1.2 micrometer technologies, right? Suppose I want to consider the layer as metal layer. Now it is having the resistance of this metal in 5 micrometer technologies, that is 0.03, right? Suppose in Orbit 2 micrometer technology, the resistance value for this metal in Orbit 2 micrometer technology is 0.04. Similarly, in Orbit 1.2 micrometer technology, the resistance of metal in this technology is 0.04, like this, right? And these are the diffusion layers or active layers, that is having resistance is 10 to 15, 20 to 45, and 20 to 45. Okay, so these are the different layers. And coming to the n channel transistor, so the resistance of this n channel transistor in 5 micrometer technology, you want to take RS as 10 power 4. Similarly, in orbit 2 micrometer technology, the RS has taken it as 2 into 10 to the power of 4, right? And similarly, in orbit 1.2 micrometer technology, the value is 2 into 10 to the power of 4, right? And similarly, whereas we are to consider as a P transistor channel, so then RS value, that is sheet resistance value in 5 micrometer technology, I want to take 2.5 into 10 to the power of 4. Okay, in 2 micrometer technology, it is 4.5 into 10 to the power of 4. Similarly, in Orbit 1.2 micrometer technology, it is 4.5 into 10 to the power of 4. Okay, so these are the seed resistance values for various micrometer technology. There is a necessary to remember these values. If any question to give in examination point of view, suppose for the suppose he want to give one question in examination point of view, for the some layer is given there, to calculate the, suppose the layer is metal layer, to calculate the sheet resistance of the particular material. So then you want to remember these values. Some cases he is given, in some cases not given. So then only it is very important to remember these values, right? The next one is the sheet resistance concept is applied to mass transistors and inverters, right? So simply you know that mass transistor, there is a ratio. That ratio is nothing but length to width ratio. Okay, length to width ratio. That is here pull up ratio, pull up by pull down ratio, right? So consider here some of the points I am going to discuss here. That is, consider the transistor structures and note that the diagrams distinguish the actual diffusion regions from the channel region, right? Similarly, the simple n-type pass transistor, here I want to show some figures here based on this concept. So here the length of the channel is 2 lambda and the width of the channel is 2 lambda. So then length to width ratio is nothing but 1:1, right? 2 lambda by 2 lambda, that is 1:1, right? And the next point is the channel is therefore square, right? Why here I am going to square nothing but here the length is 2 lambda and width is 2 lambda. Here L equal to W. So the area is nothing but square part, right? Square. And the channel resistance is with or without implant. Suppose if there is a implant or without implant, I want to calculate the resistance of the particular material here. So coming to here the channel is square in figure A, right? As I told you in previous slide, if L equal to W, so then area is nothing but it is in the form of square. Let us see here. So this is the length of this particular channel. So this is the channel transistor here. This is the transistor part here. This is the channel area. So the length is 2 lambda and the width is 2 lambda. So both are equal to each other. Then it is in the form of square units, right? So for that I want to calculate resistance. So resistance equal to, so Z into RS, right? Here Z is nothing but Z is nothing but L by W ratio, right? Into RS, right? So that is nothing but 2 lambda by 2 lambda into Rs. So both are cancelled each other. Finally, I want to get 1 into Rs. Right? So like this, resistance equal to 1 into 1 square. 1 square nothing but here it is in the form of square part. Okay, the channel is in the form of square. That's why here he is given as square. 1 square into Rs. That Rs is ohms per square. Okay, so this is the square part, right? So we know that the resistance value for, suppose if it is 5 micrometer technology, if it is 5 micrometer technology here, okay, I want to take the resistance value is 10 to the power of 4 from this table. Let us see here. So this is the N transistor channel. The resistance of this Rs is 10 to the power of 4 for 5 micrometer technology, right? 5 micrometer technology. That's why as I already told you, remember these values. This is very important. Okay, so here R equal to 1 square into Rs ohms per square, right? So 1 into Rs nothing but Rs. Okay, that is equal to here Rs. Rs value, now suppose it is a 5 micrometer technology here, so then Rs value is 10 to the power of 4 ohms, right? So the resistance of this gate channel or N transistor channel, that is 10 to the power of 4 ohms, right? And similarly, the length to width ratio denoted as Z, right? As I told you here, the length to width ratio is, it is nothing but Z. It is 1:1. In this case, the transistor structure of figure B. Okay. Next case is the transistor in figure B, right? This case. In this case. So here, let us see here. The length is 8 lambda and width is 2 lambda, right? Now, again, it is also applied for 5 micrometer technology. 5 micrometer technology, right? So next, here Z equal to L by W. So that is nothing but 8 lambda. L is nothing but 8 lambda by 2 lambda. Finally, we get the value is 4. Right? Now I want to calculate Rs equal to, sorry, R equal to 4 into Rs. Right? R equal to 4 into Rs, right? That is equal to 4 into, so this is the NMOS transistor. So mean the N transistor channel resistance value in 5 micrometer technology is 10 to the power of 4, right? So I want to take that value here. So R equal to Z into Rs, where Z is nothing but 4. Now 4 into Rs value from the 5 micrometer technology, that is 4 into 10 to the power of 4 ohms. This is the resistance value of this. Length is 8 lambda, width is 2 lambda for another transistor. Okay. Next. So such a concept is applied to NMOS and CMOS inverter circuits, right? And this is the circuits here. This is NMOS inverter and this is CMOS inverter. Now I want to calculate the resistance of these transistors and inverter circuit here total resistance of this particular inverter circuit, right? So first here, let us see. Similarly, the concept apply to inverters to take these considerations and show how the pull up to pull down ratios of inverter is determined, right? So here, let us see. So this is the depletion mode transistor. So here length L equal to 8 lambda, right? And W equal to 2 lambda, right? Here L is 8 lambda, W is nothing but 2 lambda. So then the Z ratio nothing but 8 by 2, that is nothing but 4. So it is on, always going to be on condition. So that's why here R on equal to nothing but R on is nothing but pull up transistor. That is Z into R S or R on. Nothing but it is resistance for on transistor, resistance for on transistor, that is Z equal to R into on, that is on, nothing but it is Z into R S for N channel. RS nothing but sheet resistance for N channel. You know that Z value is 4 here. So then RS value from this from the table, that is 10 to the power of 4 ohms. 4 ohms, right? And finally, you can simplify this value 40 kilo ohms, right? So this is the 40 kilo value right here, 40 kilo ohm. Similarly, for pull down transistor, right? Pull down transistor similarly, and this is for 5 micrometer technology. 5 micrometer technology, right? Similarly, for pull down transistor, R equal to right, R on into RS N, right? That is R on nothing but here it is here that is Z, sorry, R equal to R on equal to Z into RSN, right? So Z into RSN, right? Here Z equal to 1. Why? Because L equal to W. Here L is 2 lambda, width is 2 lambda, then Z is nothing but 1, that is into RSN. So RSN, series resistance for N channel nothing but it is 10 to the power of 4, right? 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 4 ohms. Okay, so this is the R here pull down transistor. Okay, but here it is going to be, it is 10 kilo ohms. Finally, it can be simplified it as 10 kilo ohms, right? So this is the transistor resistance here for a pull down transistor. It is for pull up transistor. So this is the 40 kilo ohms, and this is the 10 kilo ohms. 10 kilo ohms. Totally, I want to calculate for on resistance, that is 40 plus 10 kilo ohms, which is finally it is total it is 50 kilo ohms. Okay, so both are at a certain time, both are going to be on condition. By increasing these input levels, by increasing this input level at certain point, both are going to be on condition. So then only calculate the resistance of the particular NMOS inverter here, that is 40 plus 10 equal to 50 kilo ohms, right? Similarly, for NMOS CMOS inverter, again we can take here it is 5 micrometer technology, right? 5 micrometer technology. Here R on, right? R on equal to Z into RS, right? So here, so this is also enhancement mode device. This is also enhancement mode device. So for that it is length is L equal to 2 lambda, width equal to lambda. So then the ratio is 1, right? So 1 into RS. But here the RS value is 2.1. Suppose R equal to R 1 into 2.5 into 10 to the power of 4 ohms. Okay, so this value is taken from the table for 5 micrometer technology for RSP P channel transistor, right? So finally here 2.5 into 10 to the power of 4 nothing but 25 kilo ohms. This is the final simplification value, right? Similarly, in N channel here, R resistance equal to 1 into RSN, right? You know that 1 is nothing but length is 1, width is 1, so ratio is also 1. So R equal to RSN. You know that RSN, that is 10 to the power of 4 ohms. For approximation, I want to take it is 10 kilo ohms, right? So this for RS for P channel the resistance is 25 kilo ohms. For N channel the resistance is 10 kilo ohms, right? Now here I want to calculate total on resistance of CMOS inverter. Okay, total on resistance of CMOS inverter. But here, so this total resistance concept is not applicable to this. So not applicable to this CMOS inverter because of they are complementary to each other. Okay, right. Next concept is area capacitances of layers. You know that we discussed in previous classes, that is fabrication processing techniques. So there are so many layers we are discussed, such as suppose here this is a one layer, okay, and this is another layer. They are overlapping to one another. In between, this is the oxide in between these two layers. Okay, now this layer nothing but one plate, this layer nothing but another plate. Now, okay, so this is the layer 1 and this is the layer 2. So these plates are now act as a capacitive plates, right? So here there is a area, this is the area of capacitance here. So this is the area of capacitance layer, right? So here this is the thickness of the area, right? Now I want to calculate the area of the capacitance layers, right? Understood? So here the first point is from discussion of the fabrication process, it will be apparent that conducting layers are separated from the substrate and each other by insulating dielectric layers, right? This is the one layer, this is another layer, in between there is a dielectric media. In between these two, they are separated from one another by using this dielectric media. Then only there is a capacitance property will occur between these two layers, right? And next one is the parallel plates capacitive effect must be present, and that must allow for, okay, we calculate the area capacitance layer for these layers. So coming to here, and C equal to capacitance directly proportional to, okay, capacitance directly proportional to here A by D. Here A nothing but area of the cross area of this particular capacitive plates here, and here D is the thickness, right? And some of the parameters also want to calculating here, that is nothing but permittivity in free space and permittivity in insulation, right? So then finally I want to calculate, this is C equal to epsilon insulation epsilon naught A by D, right? Here where D is the thickness of silicon dioxide and A nothing but area of plates, right? Okay, so here A is nothing but area of this plate here, and B is the thickness of this silicon dioxide layer, right? So here for a simplification point of view, capacitance is in terms of picofarads per micrometer square. For this approximation, I want to expand this equation in this notation. Okay, so let us see here. It is assumed to be epsilon naught A and D are in compatible units. For example, epsilon naught in farads per centimeters, and area of the plates in centimeters square, and the thickness of the dielectric medium is centimeters. Epsilon insulation, epsilon is permittivity, epsilon insulation and permittivity of free space. These are the values for that. For normal approach, it is give a layer area capacitance in picofarads per micrometer square, right? So finally, for the appropriate figure may be calculated as follows for this area of capacitance layer, right? And this capacitance of layer concept is also applicable to various technologies, such as one is 5 micrometer technology, and 2 micrometer technology, and 1.2 micrometer technologies, right? So this is the area of area capacitance of layers, right? And this is the table. You want to remember these values. This is very important for a problematic point of view. If he is given, there is no. If he is given the values for capacitance value, there is no problem. If you don't given, then only you want to remember these values for to calculate the or simplify the particular problematic question, right? And here let us see the gate to here. This is the capacitance value for various fabrication of various layers here, and the value in picofarads into 10 to the power of 4 per micrometer square. That is the, and in bracket value, it is relative value in brackets, relative value, right? Suppose here capacitance gate to channel capacitance, In micrometer it is 4, right? In micrometer it is 4, and the relative value is 1.0, and 2 micrometer technology it is 8, and in relative value is 1.2. So we want to use these values in various problematic point of view. And similarly, polysilicon with respect to substrate, metal 1 to substrate, metal 2 to substrate, and metal 2 to metal 1, and metal 2 to polysilicon. So between these layers, with respect to substrate, with respect to substrate, and with respect to metal 1, metal 2 to polysilicon, those metals are having a capacitance properties between such a type of material. Then only I want to calculate the standard capacitance values, that is area capacitance of layers. And these are the values, predefined values. You must remember these values, right, for various technologies. Thank